Say is at the time when I was over here, being on my own, I had to encounter the streets. I had encountered, because like traveling on the bus, and I'm seeing that how strong people should be. They were, I'm one person from the UK, black person, in a place where everyone treated me with friendliness and kindness. Yeah. Then when I came into the camp, the same thing, and I just went, wow, this is how strong. This is when you're in a strong group, how people should be. They should be kind to people. And I could say, well, that was it. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to, as much as I enjoyed the Thai boxing, I also wanted to show what actually was happening to me, how these people worked together, looked after mum, dad, grandma, but at the same time, that ethos was out there in the street, which is an important part. I think we in the West who come over here, that's the thing which we should be taking back over. You understand what I mean? I mean, to be honest, me taking a punch or a kick over to the Great Britain, it doesn't make sense to me. You understand what I mean?
It's not just about punching and kicking,
That's the one.
There's a whole world to the sport that a lot of people are missing, I think.
And the thing is, look how long the sport's been going. Right, so and the weight so it's already there. I don't need to reinvent the art. All I need to do is show how the skill from, let's say, boxing. People know about Jack Johnson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, and it's gone round the world. And those three names are from America. Yeah. So Thai boxing is on more or less on the same lines. You understand what I mean? So thank goodness I met these all night. Fantastic champion. People outside of the West will not know such a great champion there, but that's the people we should be pushing. Some Sarmat, Sagat, people like that, because along the lines, Thai boxing is new here, but yet it's got a history as old as the Thai people, and that's the only way you can push it. So, like, we will talk about Muhammad Ali. People don't know really about Muhammad Ali, but people have talked about, and that's the same way I see we should be doing with Thai boxing. Skills of different fighters need to be pushed, as well as the European fighters, as well as the Western fighters, but you can't have the full story without really taking it all the way back, and I think people would be interested.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, the Thai fighters are like the Shaolin monks. You understand what I mean? What great gentlemen people they are. They're very educated in health of mind. There's a lot of mental health problems going on in the West. Young Western lads wanting to actually be strong, but really, it's not just the strength of this, it's also the strength of mind, knowing how to be kind, soft. Relationships is what the heart helps you to be. You understand what I mean? It helps you to be with your partner a more calmer person. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't get angry. The difference is the art has helped me to actually put it into a more positive way. You know what I mean? And so for me, pushing Muay Thai was not just about pushing the ring side, was actually pushing the cultural side of Thailand, which most people, when they come over to travel, and I just hear so much positive things about the Thai people. Everyone's had a great holiday. You understand what I mean? So I'm thinking, well, I can only have a small part, but the small part really, for me, fits into the Western side to say, well, you don't have to fight. You know what I mean? To be strong, you don't have to have this, 10 minutes. We can be like John Wayne, great person, yeah. But at the same time, we can be kind like John Wayne, and that's what the Thai boxing for me and the Thai people is about. I don't own it, and I've never come across as though, it was me. As far as I was concerned, it's what was given to me. I just wanted to show, you know what I mean? And as you know, Buddhi Selnoy was here.
Yeah.
Beautiful champion, you know what I mean? Well, but it was an honour that he was actually pointing at me, going, well, you know what I mean? At least I did what you just asked me. I wanted to show the Thai art through the Thai people. You understand what I mean? And if I could do the best way, thank goodness I was knowledge for that, then I know I've achieved it, but for the right reason. Because you're not going to hear me pushing myself forward.
No.
You understand what I mean? What you will hear is the art which has helped me, and it will help any other European person to go forward, but with a smart, the yin. Great concept. I always wondered why, at first, the Thais were smiling.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, well, are they smiling because they can be a bit, sly with it, but they weren't. They were so genuine with that smile, and I think that's what we need to be pushing out there. You can't get a better smile than Master Toddy's. You understand? I mean, you know how that feels, and then when you're out there on the street having the same sort of smiles, you're up like that with sunshine. And I think that's all I wanted to show. That was the only thing. I wanted to do my best, but at the same time, I was showing, well, while I was doing my best, I was getting the help. You know, so I think at this particular moment, this has been, for myself, it's been a great journey again. Glad that we've all, come back together, met people like yourself, and it's just endorsed what I believed in the first place. Thai boxing, the Thai art, the Thai people will help people who have, I'm working with people who have mental health problems, lack of confidence and things like that. This is the ideal thing, because it's not, like I said, it's teaching you how to destroy things or how to fight. It's teaching you how to be strong, but while you're being strong, what is your strongest strength is kindness. And that to me is what Thai boxing is all about.
I know exactly what you mean. And the first time that you came out here, was that with Master Toddy?
No, the first time I was out here by myself. But what happened was, me and Master Toddy was fighting in Holland. I was fighting in Holland. I fought a guy called Montana Sudaray, who was a big name in Thailand. And they heard that someone out of Thailand beat him, and someone from Great Britain. So people said, well, they didn't believe it. So they wanted to know basically who this lad was, and from there I got the opportunity to come over to Thailand to train with a gentleman called Captain Norris, and also he had a great fighter called Banta Atapong, you know what I mean, and one cadet, right, who was tall like Diesel Noy. So I was fortunate to be able to be asked to come over and to be seen by the Thai people. And I did the Ramway, I did everything, the Mongkong War, I did it all traditional way. So at first I'm thinking, well, is this lad really from the UK? Is it someone from South Thailand or whatever? But then, no, they took me underneath, and I fought and ready down there, and I went up and down the country, so I had one hell of an experience. And that's why I can pass that back on to students like yourself, which just love it.
Was it your first fight was in Holland? Or?
Right, my first fight was definitely in Holland.
Right, how did that go?
Well, that went down very, very well, considering this is my first fight, and I'm fighting a gentleman who's had over 200 fights, who was actually from Munsarinkham, called, not Wampeden, I forgot his name now, it's so long. But at the time, the fight who should have been fighting was Lucien Carbon, and he broke his hand, so they were looking just for a filler. That was it. You know what I mean? So when we actually, Master Toddy asked us who wanted to fight in Holland, put my hand up with another lad called Mark Hoy. He was fighting the European champion, first fight. I'm fighting this guy with, you know what I mean? But I'm being honest, I wasn't stupid. I was confident in what I was being taught. You understand me? And realistically, that is down to Master Toddy himself. I knew whatever he was going to give us was going to be such an effective concept. All I needed to do was believe in myself. Question was, considering he had so many fights, I'm looking in my own head, thinking, well, what's his weak point? What's his weak point? What's his weak point? And everything was like, well, he's going to be strong, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. And then I said to myself, well, he's going to underestimate me. Because someone from England, never fought in the Thai fight, he's going to go, right, okay, in a sense, I can take it easy, because what danger is going to be? And lo and behold, wasn't I dangerous? You know what I mean? And that was it, really, because at the end of the day, whatever Master Toddy gives his students,
it works.
It worked. That's the key thing. And I just said to myself, you know what, as long as I can do my best, which I did, and the techniques, and just do it in the way that, you know what Master Toddy is like in the ring, and he gets you to that point where it's possible, and that's what I believe, you know what I mean. And so, the rest really with that is history.
I think that's the greatest thing about him as a trainer, is he knows how to, like I said, any individual, he knows how to make them confident. Which is an amazing talent.
Well, again, I mean, I'm watching the students who are training with me. And all I can say, I mean, it's like even training now. All I can say is, I'm going to, wow, 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 wow. You understand me? That's all I'm looking. I'm looking at one place. But I'm getting all the vibes, and all I can say really is that person is good. That person is good. So you come to a point where you're just going, wow. The belief I had in myself, the belief I had with Master Toddy in what he was doing, I just said to myself I couldn't lose.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And I can see that with most of the students that we're training with him. The stories are more or less the same. They're going up against people who are always going to be better than, in a sense, more experienced than Master Toddy's fighters. But the people definitely know that they've gone in with someone from Master Toddy who's giving them a hard time.
Yeah.
Win or lose. You understand me? And I think that's the hallmark of Master Toddy.
Yeah.
He is loud, but he's loud for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know, he's such a point where 1 minute you're not noticing, then all of a sudden you just hear him.
Yeah.
And from that, you know, from a personal point of view, he's like he's talking to you at the same time. Even though he's maybe talking to you, we all feel the same thing. He's bringing, as I say, an international flavour to Thailand, but at the same time, he's still keeping the traditional ways. We have to do the Ram move for the right reasons. We wear the Moncon for the right reasons. So we respect the art we've been given. We're not trying to change it into anything else. We're just trying to keep it on the same lines to enlighten more European people to actually accept Muay Thai. Don't change it, because we're so at the beginning of the history. Look how far the Thais are themselves.
Yeah.
So the former champions, those are the ones which we need to be talking about as well as the present champions. And I'm thinking, well, that's where I watched Papanoi, Dizalnoi. I watched all the old champions to help me come through. You know what I mean? Learn how to teep, front kick right, round kick right, things like that. And at that time, we were all in black and white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we were watching all those, but I was just watching and seeing the skills. It's like watching boxing. You're looking at the skills of Sugar Ray Leonard or Muhammad Ali or George Foreman. Different styles. And that's what Muay Thai is. It's not just one style, but the concept is how you use your elbow or your knee, your front kick, round kick. It's such importance. I'm watching student train beginners here. Literally beginners, but they've got the form right. And that means that where you're training basically forms into a system of good technique, honesty. Honesty is the key thing in weight. And that's what I've seen here, total honesty of my training, honesty for myself, but then other people. And so I'm saying, well, truthfully, anyone can do it. You know, anyone can do it. So I would say people who are listening to this, I'm going to be coming here next year anyway. But come out to Master Toddy, you know what I mean? Because he's a different sort of trainer. He can get you there physically, but the main factor is, do you believe in yourself? That's what Master Toddy allows you to do. That's it, you know, and it's not a trick.
No.
That is the thing about it. There's no trick. You kick, you punch, you knee. If I went to the kitchen, as I keep saying, pick a cup up, put the water in, it's all there. It depends if I actually then spill it.
Yeah.
That is down to me. And I think that's the same thing with Muay Thai, which Master Toddy teaches. It's down to you whether you throw the kick right or whatever. But once you've done it wrong, you'll know how to do it right.
Yeah.
You understand me? And I think the thing with Master Toddy, he sees your mistake before you make them. But you know what I mean? At the time, he allows to a certain extent. But then all of a sudden, he gives you that third eye, because he's going to tell you that you're going to make a mistake. And I think that's where you go, right, see that a little bit deeper. Yeah? He doesn't just teach us how to win the fight.
No.
He teaches us basically how to actually win the opponent, which is better.
Yeah.
Because I've been in fights where I didn't get the decision.
Right.
I know I beat the opponent, and the opponent knows I beat him. You understand what I mean? And I think that's really what it boils down to. Whereas other times it's a game, yeah? The judges, but it's me going, you know I won, I know I won, and the audience know I won. So when I go to fight them the second time, you understand what I mean? They know all it is, bang, I'm going to correct the decision anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing which I'm going to say really is that because we're trying to change Thai boxing into a Western thing, you know, that's the West, you know, and put, no problem, I'm proud to be recognised by the Thai fighters, but I still see that there's still a lot of the old champions and the new champions of Thailand to be put out there. The world needs to see them, because skill and the technique will be lost if we don't actually see the Thai fighters fighting, and more European fighting the Thais. I mean, at the back, when I started, really, it was like no real European at my weight wanted to go in with the Thais. We've had, of course, great Roman Decker, people like that, Gilbert Valentine. That's where I'm from that area. But at the end of the day, at the same time, it was a case of, well, I'm training hard. I believed in my instructor. I believed in myself. So what else could I have done? You understand what I mean? I can only just go in there and just show that the art itself works. Yeah. You know what I mean? I didn't want to change it in anywhere else. I just wanted to show that the Thai people, they've got the art 100%.
And it wasn't just coming out here and fighting Thais that you did. You came out and you fought the best of them.
Well, you know, again, that is the key. It's about being able to say, right, whatever I did was, I knew I was going to fight the best, if you understand what I mean. So it was a case of, when I asked myself one moment, did I really want to do it? That was a key factor, because I was being recognised to be one of Master Toddy's best students, right? So I'm at the front scale, and I knew where Master Toddy was taking all of us.
Right.
So then I went to myself, you're the best, but you're gonna go, do you want to be here? And the answer was yes, simply because there was, it was so clear. It was so clear. If I believed in myself, I knew the technique was right, and then, as I said, the question was, well, they're good, but they're going to underestimate me. And that's what everyone actually did. And that's why my name actually moved a lot quicker than everybody else, because what I was doing, people were just flabbergasted. You understand what I mean? It was like, oh, right, who's it? You understand what I mean? And that was, and thank goodness, that's what made my name.
Yeah.
We took on the very best. We took on the people who other people were saying you can't beat them. You can't beat.
And from the start, you were doing it.
That's
from the first fight.
Well, the thing is, as you know, this to me is a self-defense, just like yourself. You know, as a lady in the sport, right? As a female, we sort of like male, we tend to be, oh, well, we can be, you know what I mean? So of course, when we come to sort of like spar with you, in a sense, we say, all right, you know, but you know, like we've talked about Lisa Howarth and LAE and people like that. It used to make me laugh, because the used to lads come in from other styles, come in and they could do it, but they got a shock. You understand what I mean? They got a shock, because these girls could kick, they could punch, they could knee, you know what I mean? And I'm going, right, and even to the point with the fight girls, people would sort of like think, well, us men, right? Us men have that, oh, it's only a girl situation, we're just macho and that lot. But I'm glad, really, I didn't have that attitude with girls, because I saw a lot of young men with sort of like an embarrassment on their face, because they didn't realise how good they were. And that's what, you know, that's really why I loved training with Master Toddy. He just didn't, it wasn't just a big person, it wasn't just a small person, it wasn't just a male thing. He had the art, which I wanted to learn, to be able to stand in front of everybody and teach. You understand what I mean? And that's what the success of this gym here. He has some great pad holders, coaches, masters, but he's managed to embrace everything, and everyone feels good. Yeah. Which I really love about it. You know, I wake up in the morning, big smile on my face, because I'm feeling it off everybody.
And
you
we've
know?
always got such a diverse group of people training in the gym.
That's it.
Well, takes in everyone, yeah.
My proof. I keep saying to everyone, the Martin Luther King, it hits every angle. You know, that concept. I had a dream. I saw the dream. In Manchester, I saw the dream. Thailand, I saw the dream. Japan, I saw the dream, and I went, wow, this is what we need to be showing. There's a concept of way. And there's a strong way as well, you understand what I mean? But yet at the same time, what we also need, I believe the word mankind is there for a reason. Yeah, and in the art, as I'm training, I see the kindness of man. I see the kindness of woman. I see so much things to be passed to our next generation. You know, the next kids are coming through. If they were training in this system, in this style, they'll understand how to be strong. But at the same time, while they're being strong, they'll understand about the way of how to be. You know, with mum, dad. You know, because sometimes you're not always going to agree with mum. You're not always going to agree with mum, you know, and dad, and you have that falling out. This brings you in an area where you're meeting older people, right, like mum and dad, but at the same time you're seeing what they're saying is the same thing what mum and dad's saying. You know what I mean? So there's a bit of a collaboration going on, which I think in the Western world, if we can actually promote the art and promote the system, then people will actually see that it works for people, in the long run, and I think that's important.
Yeah. And to be one of the first people that actually came out here and fought with the best, and you know, now you're seeing so many people coming out here to train and fight in Thailand. How do you feel about being like one of the pioneers and the trailblazers that first did that?
Well, the thing is what's happening now is why I did it in the first place, and that's the truth. I saw so much that at the same time, the art wasn't as, you know, it wasn't about madness. It wasn't about me getting angry. It wasn't about me. There's a strength there, but that strength is from the inside. You know, so instead of me having this all like this beef thing in front of me, you understand what I mean? This space in front of me, but inside I've got no connection, right? I started to see, well, the way the system works is that you can be nice, you can be friendly, you can be, and then unfortunately people see it as a weakness, which some people do, and they want to push you, and you instantly change in an assertive way. Now that tends to make the person say, oh, I've not seen you like that, and you know what I mean? They're actually shocked in a sense that there's a force there, there's an energy there, and it's not that you're trying to hit anyone or anything like that, but you know when you're in that ring and there's that an assertive movement, everyone knows it. It's a bit like when Mike Tyson threw that punch, oh, everyone knows it. And that miss I saw in the martial arts is strong enough for me not to be physical. And so if art is the illusion of many other things, that's what I saw in Thai boxing. The concept that even though sometimes I throw an uppercut, right? But I throw the uppercut so the crowd will go, yep, that's enough.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like when Mike Tyson throws that big hook or whatever, all the audience goes like this, they duck.
Yeah.
And that's the power of the artist in the art. You understand what I mean? And it's a form, like you know yourself, it's like acting.
Yeah.
You know, you get your bag gloves on, you dress, bang, the zone, right? But the other person will go, you understand what I mean? And I think that's really what it boils down to. I mean, you can imagine when you first started and you go into the mirror and you put your face, you know, your fight face on. You understand what I mean? And all of a sudden, but then there's in the art, I see that silence. And they're boom, and I'm thinking, well, that's the key. You understand what I mean? Now, you can see how many different expressions on Master Toddy's face. You understand what I mean? There's, you know, it's the one thing where this has been another experience because I am watching everything. You know what I mean? And as I'm watching everything, I'm going back to when I first started. You get what I mean? And that was what brought me into the first place. And his name and the students' names were just phenomenal. I'm glad that I'm up there with them. You understand what I mean? I'm honestly glad that I'm up there with them because at the end of the day, it's a rewarding to say how they worked, which impressed me. You understand what I mean? And then I come back here and I'm back in deja vu.
Yeah.
I'm back in that moment where I'm going, I'm starting again. Yeah, but starting to get better as well. I know. But the thing is, to get better is the main factor. You know, there's still a lot I need to learn.
Always.
There's still a lot I need to learn. But at the same time, I know I'm on the right road.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to fight the best was what it was all about. Because all the rest, it sounds funny, all the rest who were around me who didn't want to fight me, there was no one really left except the guys at the top.
Yeah.
So then it was a case of saying to myself, truthfully, I could have gone, Master Toddy, I'm not well,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I could have done that, because at the end of the day, what he gave us was to face those guys.
Yeah.
You know
Were you
what I mean?
ever like intimidated? Because you were almost always the underdog, really, because you were going up against people who had a million times your experience.
Yes. Well,
You
to
were
be
just
honest,
this guy from England, you know. Were you ever intimidated by that?
as I said, only the one time, but it was a case of me fighting Lucien Carving, right? Up to the point of me fighting him before, it was like everyone saying, oh, it's good, it's fantastic, great. I'm saying, I'm okay, I'm right, I'm ready for it, ready for me. And then, and lo and behold, and I know the person said it, he didn't mean it, but at the time of going into the ring, they said, he was good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he just knocked me. I'm being honest with you, I'm being led into the ring as though I'm going into being crucified or something like that. And there was a crowd there, and I'm going, what am I doing here? I'm like saying to myself, what am I doing here? And as I'm walking into the ring, I'm wishing that the ring could open up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, swallow me, but I had no choice, you know. And the thing was, Lucien Carving, the best, but I didn't fight.
Yeah.
And that's really bugged me as well. You know what I mean? I didn't care. You know, when you look, I didn't really care if I lost, but at least if I fought, you see what I mean? And that changed my concepts completely. You understand what I
It
mean?
really messes you up when people start to. They want you to think about your opponent, how good your opponent is. What is your opponent going to do? And really, that doesn't matter because you're still going to fight the way you're going to fight.
Well, that
As
is
soon as you start worrying about what your opponent's going to do, you're going down the wrong road.
Well, you know, I was a novice. I definitely believed in myself, because there's no way I was going to go in that ring wishing or hoping. That was, you know what I mean? And this lucky punch. There was nothing about being luckier with it. I trained it. I was precise. You know, let's look at Master Toddy's gym and his students. His students are good. To be recognised as being one of the best, up there with his best students, you understand what I mean? I had nothing really to worry about, because just in that small area where we train, I'm training with some of the best fighters technically. So I had nothing to worry about, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And all I needed to do now was to show it in the ring.
Yeah.
And that was all it boils down to. So for me, really, the only thing I said to myself was, these guys are they're going to have a surprise.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are going to have the surprise, because I'm going to be with them right to the end. And then they're going to be saying, he wasn't a beginner. You know what I mean?
Always do, and they still say that now about fighters from his gym now.
Well, you understand what I mean? But to a certain extent, all right, let's agree with them, because the experience we get in the gym, you know what I mean, and the fighters you have around you, boy, you are going to be experienced. The only difference is until you get in the ring, of course, that's your first fight.
Yeah.
But what's actually he has got in his own system, no wonder they're going to say it.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And for me, I was just like saying, well, look, that's what I need to show at the same time, because I knew exactly where I was going and what would happen. The people my standard, beginners like me, would not want to fight me. You understand what I mean? So all I was left with was more experienced people. And so I said to myself, right, I can do this. And I can do it in such a way that all of a sudden, you know, sometimes in life, underestimation, that the fighter, you know, if you put the fighter down here, you're going to really come down, especially when the fight goes there.
Yeah.
So really for me it was like, okay, I'm a first time fighter. Okay, first time fighter. Right, let them put me there. They're going to say, right, I'll get him out of the way because I've got this other fight to go. Right? And most of them had, that was it. Most of the time they had another fight, which was so-called big fight. But this was the big fight. For me, this was their big fight. And that's the fact of mine. I believe that when man decided to go to the moon, you understand me? And I'm going, well, I'm fighting. That's not as hard as going to the moon, you understand me?